Well, we're a few minutes early, so I guess
One minute.
Yep, we are.
Oh, there we go. Right on time.
Yeah. Had a couple of people. Hello. We see a few people are on. Don't know who they are. Of course, I know there's a little bit of a delay, so we'll wait and see.
Hopefully, y'all can hear us okay.
See us okay. It's been a minute since we've had a live stream.
Yeah.
So, oh, there's Laura. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? So, and there's Chris. Hey, Chris, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Long time since we've seen everybody.
Yes.
Oh, yep. Did she pronounce it Tamara? I think I said Tamara. I think it's Tamara. So, Troy, hello. Oh, whoops. Hold on. I just lost our chat there. There we go.
Oh, all kinds of people.
Amanda, Laura. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We still don't know.
Amanda. Yep. So it's good to see everybody. We're really excited to be back, and of course I hope everybody's having some nice weather. We had really awesome weather today.
Yeah, we did.
So
it was awesome.
Hopefully we're out of the Indiana winter.
I'm not going to speak too soon.
No.
You're
still worried. Oh, Alan A. Hello. How are you?
Jamie.
Good to see you. Jamie. Hey,
hello.
How are you?
We have missed everybody.
Oh my gosh, you guys. So
it has been.
Well, we haven't been live. I think the last time we were live was when we were in Savannah. We did the walk around. Yeah. Oh, hey, Nick. How are you? Thank you so much. Nick. So yeah. I guess we'll just go ahead and kind of start with what's up, right?
Where have we been? Seeing that we've had a lot going on.
We have, and I apologize if you hear weird noises.
That's our snorting Boston.
So. Yeah, our Boston Terrier. We have 3 dogs, but she somehow is the loudest.
Yeah.
So Michelle, hello.
Hello.
Deidre, hello. Good to see you. So yeah, let's see. We took a trip in the fall. We did the Blue Ridge Parkway. We did the Biltmore. We did Asheville. Then we went down to Savannah,
which I think a lot of you may have been on that live stream the night we walked around.
Yep. Oh, Nick is at an Irish pub having a pint of Guinness. Well, Nick, that makes me very, very jealous.
Yeah.
You know that. So, but that might be as close as we get this year to Ireland. So, we were in Savannah. We did a live stream, and then most of you guys know I'm from Nashville, and Trace lived there for 20-something years. So we moved to Indy. It's actually been 4.5 years now, but we actually kept all of our doctors in Tennessee because typically we're back there once a month, once every 6 weeks, because see our friends and whatever, and our insurance is actually out of Nashville as well. So anyway, the day before Halloween, we went in for, hey Ryan, good to see you. Hey Michelle, thank you so much. So the day before Halloween, I went in for what should be very routine. I'm at an age where unfortunately I have to have colonoscopies at least every 10 years now, I think.
Yep.
So I went in, everything was fine. I had that. Everything went well. There was a small polyp that was nothing to worry about. They removed it. Came out fine. Couldn't wait to drink my coffee because of course I haven't eaten anything in a while. Had that. We ate some lunch.
Took a nap
because
we had to be up early that morning. So
woke up, was okay, and then I got some excruciating pains that we thought were just maybe gas pains or whatever, because they blow gas in you when they go in there. And so kind of walked it off, and about an hour later I was fine. We ate dinner, and after that it went all downhill. So I had a perforated colon from the removal of the polyp, and it was bad. It was really bad. I don't know that I've ever been in that much pain in my life. And
I hate we all kind of hate the whole COVID, coronavirus, but let me tell you, that is one time that I was really not happy.
Yeah. So
Not happy.
I was not wanting to go anywhere. She called the doctor. He said it could be this, but I don't think so because usually that shows up immediately. But if it keeps on, go to the emergency room. And I really didn't want to go because I knew they'd dope me up and I'd be in there by myself and not know what was going on because of COVID. Well, we looked at the hospital, the local hospital near where we were, and it said that you could have somebody with you.
Yeah.
So once I was finally able to get into our vehicle to actually go to the hospital, which was a chore in and of itself, we got there and I couldn't have anybody.
Sorry, Lori, a perforated colon.
A colon. So I had a colonoscopy. So when they went in, they actually put a hole in my colon. So all of the gastric yucky stuff was emptying into my abdomen. So, yeah. So Trace couldn't go back there with me. They doped me up really well. She was sitting out in the parking lot for
about 5 hours.
And I was trying to text her, and y'all, it's funny now, but at the time it wasn't. I was trying to text her, and I was extremely drugged up, and the text made no sense to her. So she really had no idea what was going on.
We laugh about it now, though, when we look at it.
Yeah. So they admitted me, and they thought that I would have to perhaps have surgery, even a colostomy bag. They kept me doped up for about 3 days. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. I couldn't do anything. And
she finally got ice chips. She was happy about that.
Yeah, day 2, I got to actually eat ice chips, and I've never been so happy for ice chips in my life. So yeah, it was bad. And then they thought I was improving. I had a lot of infection. I was on all kinds of heavy duty antibiotics, and they thought I was doing better, but they wanted a follow-up in a week. So I went back a week. So I was in the hospital 3 nights, 4 nights.
4 nights.
And they released me. We had to stay with friends because I couldn't travel at that point. Went back to the hospital a week later, and I had 2 abscesses in my abdomen. And one was very deep, one wasn't. And so they had to go in. I think they gave me Valium or something to mellow me out, but
Hey, Blaine.
It was pretty painful. Anyway, hey, Blaine, they put a drain in, and he could only get to 1. So they did that. They drained that abscess, more antibiotics, and
hoping that the smaller abscess that they couldn't get to would basically communicate with the one that they could get to, so it could all just drain at once.
Yeah.
Hey Kim,
how are you? Good to see you. So anyway, that did not happen. And a week later, sorry, my apologies. Turn that off. I had another scan, and the one abscess was gone. Yeah. Peritonitis does suck. It's not good. Anyway, the other one that was small that they couldn't get to had gotten much, much larger. So went to a different hospital, went to Vanderbilt, which is the big learning hospital, medical hospital in Nashville. I went there, and they were able to get in and get to the other abscess. And I didn't do very well with that procedure. It was pretty rough. So I was in the hospital.
But luckily at this point I was able to be.
Yeah, Vanderbilt let her be there. So she stayed 24/7 pretty much. Another 4 nights, and they released me. And the day before Thanksgiving, I had my final scan, and everything was gone, and I didn't have to have any of it. But guys, I mean, I couldn't eat. I could hardly walk. It was awful. And I want everybody to know, because we know we just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
So yes, it was scary. Yes, at some points it was, they said, potentially life-threatening, and she was having to hear that via text from me on drugs.
Yeah.
And couldn't be there with me. So it was pretty bad. But yes, we're good. I recovered. We had to spend Thanksgiving in Nashville. Thank goodness for some of our best friends in the world who let us stay there through all of this. I think we figured it up, and I was in the hospital something like 17 days over a 30-day period, but got home right before Christmas. Had Christmas, avoided family, her family,
Yeah.
because of COVID. And, you know, we knew we had obviously been in and out of the hospital. You know, we just didn't want to take a chance. Her grandmother is 99 and we just didn't take a chance. So we avoided them and we just like did a
We basically
FaceTime
quarantined for
a
a
month.
month.
And just as we were ready to get back and I was feeling better and everybody's, let's see, sorry. Laura says, how freaking scary. Sorry you went through it. So glad you were better. Must have been hard and scary. Yes. Yes. All those things. But we do appreciate you guys' support.
Yes.
So we got through the 1st of January. Trace finally gave in. Her grandmother lives alone, not far from her parents, but she really enjoys her time with Tracy.
Yes. We have, as I've said before, we have sleepovers.
And her grandmother was just growing ever more anxious to see Trace because it had been since the 1st of October. And so Tracy finally gave in and said, you know, I don't think they've been anywhere. I think we're okay. And I'm going to go stay with, we call her Gigi. I'm going to go stay with Gigi. Okay, fine. She did. It was a Thursday night. And then that Monday, she got a call from her mom asking her how she was feeling because her mom, her dad, and her grandmother all felt like they had colds. She was feeling fine, but she went and got tested, rapid test. No, she was feeling fine. And her mom kept saying it was a cold, it was a cold, it was a cold. But they got progressively, they weren't getting any better. Yeah. So by the end
Wednesday, that Wednesday, I actually started feeling like I had a head cold. So really at that point, I have to say, I didn't really think much about it. I mean, I didn't have the fever. It just felt like a head cold. So that Thursday, I woke up and just felt horrible. And I spoke with one of my cousins. Then I spoke with my mom. They weren't getting any better. And my grandma seemed to be getting worse. So I took them and myself, and we all went and got the rapid testing. And they take you in rooms. So they took my mom and dad in one room. They took me in another, and my grandma in another room. And my parents tested positive. And then they came in and said, well, you two are negative. Speaking of my grandma, but my grandma's oxygen level was so low when she got in there that they sent her to the emergency room. So she was in, they tested her again at the hospital. It did come back positive. I tested again. It came back negative. And I was actually not feeling too bad. I mean, I felt like I was starting to get better. And then I went and got tested again and didn't do the rapid test, did the whole, 2 days, and it came back positive.
So, yeah. So then she had it. She was okay. Your symptoms were just kind of a head cold.
Yeah. Well, and I thought that I would just stay at my grandmother's, so I wouldn't really be around them.
Yeah. When her grandmother went in the hospital, because her grandmother did end up having the plasma and what's the other one? Whatever the other med is. Her oxygen was in the low 80s when she went in. So she obviously needed it at 99, a history of pneumonia and all kinds of stuff. That was scary. And again, she was on the COVID floor, so nobody could go see her. So that was kind of rough. Because, that was just.
But I was told she kept them on their toes.
Yeah,
while she was up.
Trace talked to the nurses every day, and they loved her. And I mean, she's a lot of fun. But anyway,
she's a trooper.
Definitely. During that time, Tracy ended up staying at her grandmother's before she tested the final time and tested positive. After the second negative test came back, she was still at her grandmother's. And I said, well, if you tested negative twice, you might as well come home. She did.
We wore masks.
We actually wore masks in our house. And I wouldn't let Tracy she was quarantined to a certain bedroom and bathroom. I wouldn't let her in the kitchen. We sat as far away from each other as we could. And so my daughter and I started on, I think, Wednesday night having this really significant burning. And I can't even, like a really bad sinus infection, or almost like when you have brain freeze, where it burns your nose right there, but it was constant. I mean, it felt like our noses were on fire. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. So that was Wednesday night. On Friday, and then we got her positive test. So then we decided we needed to go get tested. So it was a Friday. So my daughter and I went and got tested, and they said it could be anywhere from 2 to 4 days
Yeah.
for our results. And I mean, we that night after we got tested that morning, that night I fixed a pot of chili, and we ate chili, and I thought it tasted fine. It was chili, and I knew what it was supposed to taste like. Well, then we ate some of those squashies from the UK.
Yay, squashies.
I had found another pack of bubblegum flavor, and we opened them that night, and I ate one, and I told Trace, I'm like,
and I'm over there just I'm like, oh, these taste so
because
good.
we love them. That's our favorite thing, candy in the UK. And I'm like, it doesn't have any flavor. I'm not tasting anything. And she's like, well, I mean, she's like, really? I'm like, I do not taste anything.
I'm like, did you taste the chili? And then it was like, ding.
And I'm like, well, I thought I did. Then the light bulbs went out. And I'm like, well, light bulbs went off. And I was like, okay, maybe I didn't even need to go get that test. So then we played a game. It was a fun game called What Can I Smell and What Can I Taste? And we got out, garlic, vinegar,
hot sauce,
everything. And I had nothing. I tasted nothing. I smelt nothing. My daughter was the same way. She could taste a few things, but not mostly not. Her smell was gone for a while. She is back 100%. I am maybe at 50% on both, which is really weird because I had a really sensitive sense of smell.
Yeah.
Really sensitive sense of smell. And now there are things that I can't even, apparently they can be very strong and pungent odors right now. And they'll talk about it and I have no idea. And then, we'll cook something or Trace will want me to taste something and there's nothing.
Yeah. Like for instance, this evening I fixed homemade mashed potatoes. And she's always my taster to see if it needs more of whatever. And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I could tell her. It's weird. My first taste that came back was salt. So even like cookies that I know are really, really sweet, all I could taste in them was the salt, which is, just such a minuscule amount of most baked goods. I tasted salt.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. So yeah, it's been.
Well, I tasted and smelled everything.
Yeah. So that was the end of January till the middle of February. And then we all got over it. Knock on wood, those were our worst symptoms. The worst symptoms we had, hers was the head cold. Mine was the taste and smell. Same for my daughter.
My parents are better.
Grandma's better. She got released, was on oxygen for a while, is off of that, and has gotten the all clear.
Yep.
So everybody's good, thank goodness. And so now we're back.
We're back. And some of you may know that we just took a little trip.
We did. We were all supposed to go to Disney in November. But obviously that's when I was sick. And so we had Disney tickets and we love Disney World.
We're Disney nerds.
We are Disney nerds.
Hidden Mickeys.
We love it more than my daughter. I mean, of course, my daughter's college age, but I think she likes Universal better anyway for Harry Potter. But we love it. And Trace loves roller coasters and stuff. I don't, but we love going. And so after we were recovered and we knew we had the tickets, they were already paid for.
And we were in our 90 days.
And we were, in our immunity window. And we knew that Disney was taking, the face mask precautions and the social distancing and all that. We thought, well, why not? We don't have anything else going on. So we ended up going to Orlando, stopped to see family on the way, went to see some of Tracy's cousins, for a weekend. Hey, Mo.
Hello.
Sinner is a winner. Hello.
Hello.
Kim, yes, it was an ordeal. Aaron, I didn't know Aaron was in Portland. Portland's a fun Salt and Straw.
Yes.
Aaron, have you been to Salt and Straw ice cream? Oh my gosh, that was one of the best ice cream places.
Lavender honey is what I had. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, very good. Sorry. Okay, so long story short, it was rough. It was worrisome. It was The whole being in the hospital, from my perspective, being there, not knowing what's going on, telling me that it's could be life threatening, the surgery could not go well, and I am on some heavy, heavy, heavy pain pills and trying to talk to her and tell her what's going on.
That
It
was
was
not a
horrible.
good mix.
It was an absolutely horrible experience that I don't wish on anybody. Aaron said yes, salt and straw is so good. Do we have all of our energy back? So it's funny you mentioned that. We thought we were fine until we went to Disney. Because if you've ever been, you just walk miles and miles and miles and stand in line forever. But yeah, no, not 100%. We don't, and we thought we did, and then we got there, and we definitely realized we didn't. Not horribly. It's not horrible, And is it because of COVID, or is it because we basically? I mean, we went straight from, my perforated colon to COVID, so we were really inactive for a much longer period. We think that contributed to it as well.
Yep.
But in terms of being tired during the day or anything like that, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. We didn't really notice it between our time from knowing that we no longer had COVID to the time we went to Disney.
Right.
We really didn't pay much attention. We felt fine. We felt like we were back to where we, our old selves, I guess you could say. And then, like she said, we went to Disney, and that first day we got home or got back to the hotel, and it was just like, we were both like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we were so tired.
But I think we had the adrenaline because we were actually out doing something and having fun and feeling like, we were getting back into the swing of things. And yeah.
And then Kim said, were you able to pace yourselves and still enjoy yourselves on the trip? We absolutely were, Kim. We had a great time. Amanda says, what an ordeal. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you so much. And you guys, we did post some on Instagram and Facebook a little bit about what was going on. And I mean, the support from you guys, I mean, particularly, we're a small channel. We like to think we're hopefully building a community that everybody enjoys and has fun with. I mean, you guys have been awesome. Amazing. And it really kind of took us back, how much support was out there. So
yeah. And even like, when she was in the hospital, and I just, I kind of felt like I kind of was by myself, in the whole ordeal, and having to make decisions and having to, and it was like, and one of the things that we both worried about at that time was, the channel. I mean, I know it sounds silly, but you all are our friends. And I mean, we think of you as our friends and almost like a small, like she said, family community.
Yep.
And, not really being able to be in the frame of mind of putting something on Facebook or saying, hey guys, we're still, it was just a rough time.
It was. Besides not having all of your sniffing abilities, are there any other side effects still lingering? There are not, thank goodness. We haven't noticed anything. We were actually just talking about it at dinner with my daughter, and she's completely fine. Trace is completely fine. For me, it's just the taste and smell. And I'm back to where, I mean, I'm obviously eating and for the most part, I can taste everything. Although I will say, we haven't been too adventurous on trying anything new just because I might not really be able to enjoy it. Yeah. But yeah, no, other than that, no. At Disney, we did notice our energy levels, but as time went on, we were getting better and better and better at it.
I think it's just a matter of building that stamina back up. We didn't do it. Yeah, we hadn't been out and doing anything for a while.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, and so we spent, gosh, I don't know, 7-8 days in the parks or something.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, we went to see her cousin for a couple of days, and then we stopped to see my sister, and she's actually here visiting us for a while now. So,
But the weather was beautiful.
oh my gosh. So y'all
We left 11 inches of snow.
and went to like 85 degrees. What was
Yeah.
crazy was we've been before, like when my daughter was younger and in school, and we had to, at that point, obviously you have, when your kids are school age, you have to travel school schedule. We've been at spring break where, it was blue jeans and t-shirt weather. And then at night, if, it would get cooler,
Yep.
a jacket or something. So the parks at that point were not open super late. I think 8 o'clock was the latest closing.
Except for that Friday night.
Mm.
Disney stayed open till 10.
Magic.
Yeah, Magic.
Yeah. But during the week, 8 o'clock was the latest. And so it wasn't really getting that cool at night. So our thought was, okay, a couple of pairs of shorts, some jeans, t-shirts, and jacket. Yeah, we tried to wear jeans day one.
Yeah. Because
Which might have been why we were so tired the first day.
Well, it might have been.
It was so warm, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, so hot. We really weren't expecting it to be. I mean, it was great.
Actually, because we obviously looked at the weather before we went. Of course, the weather changes, every day. But, we thought, okay, well, we've got it covered. And then that first day, it said it was supposed to be a high of like 74. So we thought, well, jeans might be okay, No, it got a lot hotter than 74.
It did. So we ended up in shorts. I think. No, there was one day that it did dip down that we were able to wear shorts or pants again. Wasn't there?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
thought it was just anyway. But who else is Disney fans?
Yeah. Is anybody else? I mean,
Disney nerds.
And it's not. I mean, we do like the rides, and we did rides, and I will tell you this one. Oh my gosh! Every single time, y'all, if you've been, that earworm from that ride. It's a small world, and I always try and put it off to the absolute last minute that I can because she loves it and she makes us ride it every single time. So yes, we did ride. We do ride the rides. We rode Peter Pan. We rode Haunted Mansion.
We rode Frozen Ever After.
Oh, we did ride. We wanted to see what it was like. We did ride Frozen, and we rode. Isn't there another one in? Oh, Test Track. We did do Test Track. But she loves like Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Everest, Space Mountain, Everest. So I don't do roller coasters. But it was fun.
Oh,
it was fun.
I loved it. We loved it.
It was fun. And, hey, we spent actually 2.5 days at Epcot. And where else can you go to 11 countries in an 8-hour span?
Exactly.
So it was a lot of fun.
And we were there for the first day of the
Flower and Garden.
Yes.
Which obviously they have all kinds of topiaries that are very pretty and just,
characters.
Very cool. But they also have all of the food booths, almost what they have at the Food and Wine Festival. So y'all will be seeing the videos on that. And then we posted a few on Instagram here and there of just unbelievable food. I won't say it was the craziest, but the one that stands out the most to me is actually, it was a milkshake and it was bright blue. Oh. It was a Fruit Loop milkshake. Yes. And it had Fruit Loops on the top, and we got one and we split it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I thought I was 5 again, y'all. It tasted exactly like eating a bowl of Fruit Loops.
I mean, I felt like I was letting my brother cut my hair again because when I was about 2, he cut my hair for Fruit Loops. So
she let him.
I let him.
Yeah. So,
but anyway.
It was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and we've missed a few. Deborah says, "Sorry, guys." Chris, glad y'all are better. Had my colonoscopy 3 years ago, upper GI due to acid reflux. Due to family history, I did have to have a biopsy too. I did have to have a biopsy, but no polyps. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad. And apparently, my polyp was nothing to concern. It wasn't cancerous. They never thought it was. They did send it off because that's what they have to do, but that was all fine.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I have family history of colon cancer. So at 45, I had to have my first colonoscopy because of that. And I mean, it was nothing, like most people think it's nothing. And, I kept telling her, of course, you have to drink all the yucky stuff. And I kept telling, so I got her up that morning before we went. I'm like, just think, really, the worst part is over.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just got to have the procedure. You can get out and then you can get your coffee and we can get something to eat. That didn't work out.
No.
But we're here. We're better.
We're good. It's
She's
all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So Deborah loves Disney. We absolutely love it. We've never been to Disneyland, and so we've been kind of keeping an eye on that this year. Chris, never been to Disney, not a big fan of roller coasters, but I'm not either, Chris, but I mean, Epcot is great. Animal Kingdom is, great. I mean, I enjoy it without the roller coasters. Deidre loves Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh, awesome. Now, Centers of Winter, Disney is on my bucket list. There's nothing that compares here in Tasmania.
Oh, wow. You're in Tasmania.
So
wow.
do you have like a theme park in Tasmania or anything like that?
Well, Tasmania is near Australia, New Zealand. Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, surely, yes, there's stuff there. And so, wow. So first of all, thanks for joining. I have no idea what time it is where you are, but thanks for joining. And then, what has your COVID quarantine situation been like? I know that New Zealand was doing a fantastic job of keeping it contained. And I know Australia's had serious lockdowns, pretty much the whole time and done a great job. So just curious to hear that. Lori said during COVID, I will not go to any of the recommended procedures until COVID is in the rearview mirror. I will not go to
get any of the recommended procedures.
Oh, I agree, Lori. But it was Tom and it fit in our schedule, and yeah, it was bad. Troy said, glad you're back and better. Aaron, Universal Studios, Harry Potter's my fave, but I've not been to Disney World. So we love Harry Potter. We love Universal as well. And so Chris, roller coasters are a big thing at Universal. And so for me, I mean, Harry Potter World is great. The theming is great. It's very interesting. Of course, my daughter, watched all the Harry Potter stuff growing up. We watched it with her. So I know all of that and it's interesting, but for me, because it's so much all about the roller coasters, if they're not roller coasters, they're like the 4D stuff. And I have issues with vertigo, so I can't do 3D or much less 4D. I can't even go watch a 3D movie. It does something to my equilibrium. So I know Trace loves it, but it's yeah. So if we go with friends and we have somebody who likes roller coasters or whatever, that's great. But otherwise, Universal doesn't do a lot for me. Amanda, do you stay at the park or offsite? So it's interesting. I'm glad you asked that. We traditionally, right back normal times before COVID, we've never stayed at a park. The short answer to your question is we've never stayed on site. What we traditionally did when my daughter was younger, my mom was also still with us at the time, and she would often go with us. We actually would rent like these 3 or 4 bedroom houses with pools, and we would usually kind of get up in the morning, take our time in the morning, go right about lunchtime and stay till close so we could hang out in the pool in the morning, do whatever. We had the ability to fix our own food, not have to eat out all the time. And I mean, really, some of these, 4-bedroom houses with your own pool for $900 a week or something. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and it's amazing. There's just tons of them out there. That's what we've traditionally done. Twice, including this time, we actually stayed at properties that are right outside Disney that are, I think they're called Disney Preferred Hotel Partners. So they're not Disney resorts, but they have shuttles to Disney. Some of them, you actually get some of the benefits like extra magic hours and that sort of thing. Right now during COVID, they didn't have any of that, but I mean, we paid like literally, we stayed at a Marriott and it was like $50 a night. I mean, it was crazy cheap.
And it was like 5 minutes from the parks.
Yeah. I mean, we were right around the corner from Disney Springs, which is the shopping and eating area. And They had a Starbucks downstairs, so that was nice for us. We have to have our coffee in the morning. But we thought about staying on Disney property this time. The problem is, I mean, the
because
price,
they had some
pretty good deals.
pretty good deals.
They
but
did. They had, they had some good deals, but Disney dining plan is not going on right now. If you've ever been to Disney, the dining plan is where you can roll everything in and sometimes save money that way. Although I don't know that it would work for us anyway. The extra magic hours were not happening. The park hours were shortened. So there was so much of what the benefit of staying in a Disney resort that's not there, and you're still paying like 4 times what you would at another hotel room.
Yeah.
For us, it just didn't make sense.
Because we almost thought about it. We thought, well, this might be a good time to stay because they are a little cheaper right now and they're trying to get people in there. But yeah, you don't get the benefits.
No. So it wasn't worth it to us.
Yeah.
Michelle loves Disney. We do too. I don't know. We just love it. Glad you all are okay. Happy to see your smiles again. Thank you. Walter's World. Hey, Mark. Thanks for joining. Julie, hey, good to see you. Chris says I can do the kiddie roller coasters. Got me on the Titan at Six Flags and thought I was going to die. So I don't know what the Titan is, but I will tell you a funny story. This is how much of a wuss I am. So Rise of the Resistance, right? The whole Star Wars thing is the big thing right now. And then the newest stuff at Disney, and that's at Hollywood Studios. Galaxy's Edge is the area, and it is phenomenally themed. I mean, their theming and detail just gets better and better and better. And I think that's what one of the things we really love about it is that it's just, there's so much stuff that people just don't even pay attention to. And obviously when you've got younger kids, you're worried about them. The kids don't care.
They want to ride the rides. They want to see the characters. They want to eat the ice cream.
But it was really, you don't know how immersed you are into the theming until you kind of step back and look at it. So anyway, Galaxy's Edge, unbelievable theming. And, it still cracks me up because, Star Wars was out when we were little, right? That's when it came out and we loved it. It was so cool. And now it's cool again. And my daughter likes it. And, all the kind of kids that are older now like it. And it's like, wait a minute, we had that. We were cool. We had it when we were young. So it was cool. But we did get into Rise of the Resistance, which supposedly has been hard. We didn't have any problem. In fact, we actually got into it twice. But she talked me into riding it because we watched the video and it looked like it was fine because it's not a roller coaster. So we get on and we did the whole thing. And then at the very end, you're in your little car and it backs up and then it goes black and you just drop. And the car kind of goes whoop and then you drop. It was longer than she says it is. I can tell you guys.
That big of a drop, but it wasn't like a Hollywood Tower Terror drop, But
it was just for somebody who thought, okay, this is fine, we're good, it's not going anywhere. I mean, I'm in the dark and we start dropping and I'm like, I'm reaching for her.
Her eyes are closed and all I feel is her, and I'm like, and it was already over. We were already halfway out to the end of the ride.
No, we were. That's not true. It was a lot longer, she says. So
anyway,
I would do it again now that I know it's there. It was not that bad, but it was just one of those I did not expect it at all.
Well, and like she said, we watched the video so she could see what was,
you couldn't tell in the video that that's
you couldn't tell in the video that that's what happened. So we had no idea. I mean, I had no idea. So it kind of caught me off guard too, but I had to laugh.
Yeah. But Chris talking about kiddie coasters. So the other big draw right now at Hollywood Studios is a ride called Slinky Dog Dash, and that's in Toy Story Land. And it's supposed to be, made out of a Slinky. And oh my God, the lines for that thing are like 80 minutes
Worse
long.
Than Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster.
But you did it. Did we do rope drop and you did it? Or was it the end of the day?
No, it was towards the end of the day when I did that. Yeah. And it was fun.
Yes. So she did. I mean, she'll ride the kiddie coasters too. I just kind of stay away in general. Have we been vaccinated yet in BC? I will hopefully have mine at the beginning of May. So what's interesting, while we were at Disney, my age group became eligible in Indiana. And I I wanted to make sure I got scheduled. So I got scheduled for April 19th. And then we got home, well, just this week.
Last week.
And Tracy is now eligible. So I was able to schedule hers at the same time as mine. I could have gone a little bit sooner, but honestly, we're still in sort of that immunity window and we're not really going anywhere till after we get it.
Yeah.
That we I wanted to wait to get ours kind of coordinated. If we have we just had a lag there. Hopefully we're still okay to you guys, but I saw a lag on our screen. And we're able actually here to pick. Each location tells you what vaccines they have,
whether it's Pfizer or Moderna
or the Johnson & Johnson one shot. We're actually doing the Pfizer. That's just what we chose. We felt like for us it was the right thing.
Yeah.
But I think, yes, we are definitely getting vaccinated before we do any travel outside of what we've already done. And we are we gotta jump. Hold on, guys. Centers of winter. We haven't had a COVID case in months, so minimum restrictions here in our state. So it's been pretty chill. Thank goodness. No mask or anything, just social distancing while at the shops. Pretty lucky. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Means to travel. Hey,
Hello.
Liz, good to see you. Everybody saying hi, hi.
Mr. Means to travel. Hello.
Oh, what's up, Derek? Chris said, drops don't bother me. It's the fast spins curves. Again, I would do it again. I just wasn't expecting it, but the spins and the curves, I definitely can't do it. Mark Finley. Oh, nice. Hey, Mark. Mother came over to visit, so we can't listen live, but we'll watch later. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Nick P says he might be moving across the country this year. It's to be determined, but I've got my fingers crossed. So I'm assuming that's with your work, Nick. That's awesome. Can you say where it might be?
Yeah.
Means to travel says,
Tracy, have you always had your ears double pierced? Not sure I've noticed your earrings before. Yes. Yes, I have.
This.
Thanks for noticing.
Actually, when we met, Tracy had a lot of earrings.
I did. I had a lot of earrings.
But that was probably older than some of you are. No, you were probably 10, Liz. Yeah. Maybe. A long time ago. Yeah. Lori says it's okay here. Good. So that was okay. Wait a minute. Oh,
there we go. Yeah,
another
love the jump. There we go.
All right, perfect timing. Global Nick. I don't know if you say it Nico or Nico, but anyway, Nick. Good to see you. So glad that you've decided to start your channel too. So guys, I know most everybody on here knows, but Nick's got a channel, Means to Travel's channel. Nick P has a channel. The Finleys have a channel. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. Obviously, Walter's World. So if you guys don't know, go check out all their channels too. Texas. Wow. That will be a change from Minnesota, Nick.
Yeah.
Interesting, but fun. That's awesome. If it's what you want, I'm excited for you. Nick says he got the Pfizer too. Went well for me and my dad, who got it at the same place. Both of us just felt sore arm. This for good. So I'm glad. So Kim is asking if that's Nick's channel.
Chris said I had the vaccine here in Dallas on March 8th. Did not have a choice.
Got the J&J.
Johnson.
Okay, nice.
And did you have anything?
Yeah, how did that go for you, Chris? We actually, our best friends who we stayed at with in Nashville, they both got their Johnson & Johnson yesterday. So did you have any side effects? Derek says, remember to hit that like button. Thank you so much, Derek.
Thank you. We haven't had to say that in a while. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Do we have any plans? So let's talk about that. We do. We haven't bought tickets.
Nope.
And technically we're not buying tickets because like everybody else, we've got a ton of e-credits to use. Unfortunately, the only credit we have that's expiring this year, which is good in case something changes or things don't open up like we plan. The only thing
expiring.
Thank you. We've got a Delta Companion Pass for, I don't know if it's for status or credit card or whatever, but it's only for continental U.S. travel. So, it's nice, but I'm not,
Yeah.
that won't break my heart if we lose it.
Considering everything that we had to change
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cancel and
Yeah,
you
I think
know.
that's just a Nico. Okay, it's Nico. Okay. So our plans. As of right now, assuming one of the places we're gonna go is already open, the other one, fingers crossed, it opens. Our plan is actually to go to Iceland and Scotland. So
We feel like we got shorted our
yeah,
last trip.
there's
so-
something, we've talked about. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No.
off there. We talked about, and the Finleys who aren't on here right now, they just got back from Hawaii. We talked about Hawaii because, believe it or not, we've never been to Hawaii. We talked about doing the Yucatan Peninsula, so sort of all around that part of Mexico, which was something we initially thought we were going to do this spring, thinking things were going to be better. But we were on the trip we were supposed to, we had flew Iceland Air, so we got a ton of credits from that. We flew Iceland Air over because we were going to stop back in Iceland, our trip last spring, and we were doing parts of Ireland, which we got through, and then we were doing Scotland, which we made it to Edinburgh, and that's when things hit the fan. And then we were supposed to do Norway and Finland and
Just, yeah, most of you already know all that.
all that. Well, I know, but we are supposed to be laying in a glass roofed, glass domed, Northern Lights hut.
Igloo hut.
What 1 year ago from tonight, we would be like looking at the stars and hopefully the Northern Lights from it. So anyway, that part's not happening till next year. It is. So Scotland, we want to finish Scotland. We got there and literally stayed in the hotel for 3 days trying to cancel the next 9 weeks of travel and figure out how to get home, because that was right when everything was going to change. I know that Means to Travel, Liz and Derek, I think it was Amsterdam, and they kind of were in the same boat on their trip at the same time. So I just feel like there's just something that just feels very incomplete to me. So
Well, and it doesn't help that during COVID times, we have to be honest, that we binge watched Outlander.
Yes, we've been binge watch Outlander. Means to Travel went to the UK and we're in Scotland last fall, and then some other folks, Kinging It, they're from Wales. They did a whole trip last fall as well. So we just, So everything has just kind of pointed us to, we really need to go do Scotland.
Yeah.
And we decided we've got the credits on Iceland Air, and you can do up to a week, stopover for free in Iceland with Iceland Air. So we thought, well, I don't want to waste it on just going to Iceland. So let's pick somewhere. So we picked Scotland.
So that's our plan for right now.
And that will
We'll see.
That will be mid-September to mid-October. So we'll be at the very beginning of potential Northern Lights, but we're really hoping we'll get the opportunity to see that. So we'll be in Iceland for about a week, and then we'll be in Scotland, we think, for about 3 weeks. Other than that, I think we're going to go to Chicago.
We are going to do that Nashville series.
And Nashville.
We are going to do it this year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We're going to do Nashville. There's some other things. I think it's Aaron that's in Portland. At one point, we talked about doing a whole West Coast trip, starting in Seattle, which we've done this trip before, but before the channel. Seattle, Portland,
All the way down the coast.
going down through the Redwoods, San Francisco, and going all the way down to Anaheim and doing Disneyland.
Because neither one of us has ever been there.
We've never been to Disneyland. And so I guess worst case, if for some reason Scotland doesn't open up, then that may be what we do. We may, there's a chance we may be going with some friends to Mexico. Maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So Iceland's open right now, but I'm not going to waste that ticket on just Iceland when you can get the free stopover. So
There you have it.
if Scotland doesn't open, we'll figure out something.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going places
And
this
we
year.
will keep you all posted.
Yes, we will definitely keep you posted. And then as far as lives, well, as far as videos, we do have content. We've got tons of content that's over a year old, even from that trip and a little bit before, that we're working on right now.
We still have our, fall trip from Savannah and
but so we've got a ton of content we need to get out.
So it might be a little late.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So we're going to start releasing that this week. We're definitely going to have at least one video a week out, hopefully two, but I don't want to overcommit. So at least one new video a week. And then we'll probably try and do 2 live streams a month. They won't consistently be this time, because I know we've got some folks who are overseas that this is just not a good time for. So
we might go back to like our Sunday morning.
Well, I think Liz and Derek we'll coordinate. We don't want to overstep. I know that Darian, when Magnificent Germany does some Means to Travel, Walter's World, we'll kind of figure out what most of you guys are on and if we can find them. But about twice a week, and we'll probably come up with a schedule here that we can post in the next week or so, to try and get you guys informed. And just we so appreciate you guys sticking with us.
Yes.
And
I mean, you guys just don't know. I mean, you just don't know how much we appreciate it. I mean, there's no way to thank you all for your kind words during her hospital stay, and even us having COVID, and just not being able to get videos out there, and there was just a lot going on. But we appreciate y'all sticking by us.
We do. So we've got, so that was the traveling. Nick says he goes to Walgreens in Minneapolis to get a second Pfizer shot April 9th. Laura asking everybody to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. How was Disney? So Disney was great, Nick. We really enjoyed it. We had a great time. We talked about that a little earlier. It was awesome. Aaron says we've been enjoying local food, takeout only, and hikes during the pandemic. Have you been able to enjoy your local area when not sick? Not yet, because basically we did do some traveling. And then by the time I was better, I mean, it was, we left 11 inches of snow in February. So it is just now to the point where we're going to start getting out and doing stuff. And so, I mean, Indy's a pretty cool town. Honestly, again, and this is, everybody knows this, Nashville's home to me. So I think we spend more time when we have free time going there, but we are going to spend some more time here and do some things. I don't know exactly what's open and what's not yet.
Yeah. And maybe we'll find something we can,
share with you guys. Chris said he had no issues from his vaccine. Lori had the J&J on St. Patrick's Day. Did not even feel it. Awesome. Chris has 1 credit with AA that will expire in December. Kim, glad to hear so many of you getting vaccinated. I think we won't be until May, but it gives me hope for all travel. Yeah. So what's interesting, Kim, is here in Indiana. I don't know where you guys are and what the rollout is, but in Indiana, we got a notice today that starting next week or tomorrow, 40 and up is in the can schedule their vaccine.
Yeah,
so
Indiana has actually been moving pretty steadily.
Because they did 50. I think it was maybe 2 weeks of 50, and then they moved to 45, and now 40. So, I think they're going to move. Pretty quick. Yeah. So, let's see. Nick P says I would be the last in line for COVID shot if it weren't for your job with UPS. Yes. Yeah, and I mean, thank you for all you do. We appreciate that. Yeah, my daughter, I'm anxious to get her vaccinated, but she's obviously going to be way down the list. Liz, we have North Coast 500 guidebook. Yes, we definitely want to do that. So I don't know when you guys are coming home, but and you guys are going to be down the list too on vaccinations, but we'll figure it out because I definitely would love to see that. Nick, how was Iceland Air? So, it was good. It was fun. Yeah. We flew their Saga class, which they say is business class. It's really premium economy, but I mean, it was nice. I mean, the chairs reclined fine. They were comfortable. Staff was super nice. They were actually a lot of fun. They really chatted with us, and that was fun. And The entertainment screen was fun. The seats were comfortable. I feel like they fed us a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like we got a lot of
yeah.
food for. I mean, we flew from Boston to
Reykjavik.
yeah. So what was that? 5 hours,
Yeah, 6.
maybe, and
Yeah.
then there to Dublin.
Dublin.
And I just feel like there was a lot of
Yeah.
lot of food.
Yeah, every time you turned around, it was they were coming by with snacks, or they were coming by with a
Yeah.
meal or drinks,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, but it was fun. It's weird. I don't remember. I don't know which plane we were on, but it was so in business class. It was business. Do they call it business saga class? 2 seats, 1 seat in the middle, and then 2 seats. So it was kind of weird. Like the person in the middle, I would not want one of those seats because
Yeah.
you're just like wide open.
Yeah.
That was just kind of odd. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that arrangement before. I've seen 1 seat on the sides with 2 in the middle, but this was 2, 1, 2. So it was,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to sit there. It was just kind of weird, but no,
It was good.
The service was good. We
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I couldn't complain. I think when we bought the tickets, we knew we were going to Iceland, and it just made sense because they were the cheaper way to get to Iceland. So yeah. Deidre is from Chicago. Nice. So we want to check that out. Means to Travel is Liz and Derek also are from Chicago, technically live in Chicago, but are traveling right now or have a house in Chicago. So I know we talked about her doing one. So maybe we can meet up with Liz and
Yeah.
Derek and do Chicago. That
Yeah.
would be fun. I don't know what their plans are. Nick, I would absolutely love drive down or up the West Coast along the coastal road. Oh, it's beautiful. And driving through the redwoods are just amazing. I mean, it's all amazing. Timeless treasures. Hello, how are you?
And no, Liz, we have not booked any
Oh, sorry, Liz.
NC 500 hotels.
No,
yet.
we haven't booked flights yet, so we've got to really kind of nail down dates and figure that out. Aaron says, call me when you get around. If you get to Portland, we will. We love that area.
We did.
Disneyland has California's Screaming Roller Coaster. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Here we go. Lori says, no Disney California said to open April 30th. California residents, we will see what happens. Yeah. I know I've seen some folks do that Taste of Disney or whatever they're doing there. And I don't know, paying $75. I know you get to park for free and you get $25 worth of food, but I'm not sure I'd pay $75 to walk around and pay more for food. I don't know.
I don't think I would do that. Of course, like she said, I'm too into the rides and the.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the food.
Yeah. But Liz, can't wait to see you guys on my YouTube feed again. Yes, we're excited. We're glad to see you and that you made it through this insanely rough time. Thanks, Nick. It's a blessing to have so many friends, so many wonderful people here on YouTube. It absolutely
really
is. Oh, Tamara Lee. Is that right? I know I said her name wrong last time. I think I said Tamara Lee. I think it's Tamara Lee. Anyway, hoping to go to Greece in September. Lovely. Depends on if Canada lifts quarantine on the way home. Yeah, see, at one point we thought we were going to do Nova Scotia, but I just don't know that Canada's going to let Americans in this year at all. Chris says Chicago was my last trip taken. My trip to Portugal, southern France, and Barcelona was canceled. I'm sorry.
Oh, it sucks.
It's just awful. Nick says he would swap his route in Minnesota with a carrier in Texas and go to his post office. Oh, well, interesting.
Yeah.
Texas has moved to 40 and up. Nice. Kim is on Vancouver Island, Canada. Okay. Schedule is speeding up. Thank you to sharing. Oh, nice. Well, I never ever want the middle seat. Exactly. Window is important to me. Never see the 2-1-2. I know. It was just weird. It was just like, I don't know.
We walked on, we're going to find our seat and we're both kind of like,
and there's this kind of older gentleman, middle-aged. I guess I'm technically middle-aged, but he was older than me. And he was just there. And it was just weird because you had both aisles on either side. And it's just like, I don't know. just odd.
Yeah.
Just completely odd. So they love the window. So Trace usually gets the window on occasion. She'll be nice and let me have it.
Yeah.
But usually she gets the window, which is fine. I actually usually like the aisle better anyway. I usually have to get up more than she does too.
Yeah.
So yeah, Liz doesn't know what their plans are.
And I think a lot of people are like that, right now. I mean, everybody just wants to go and get out and do, and, and we think that it'll be okay. And now that, people are getting vaccines and we're like, okay.
Yeah.
But still, like we said, that's our plan.
Yeah.
Iceland and Scotland, but it's not set in stone right now.
Yeah. And even when we do book, we will definitely make sure that everything is refundable. Although I really don't, I mean, if we lost anything, and I'm sad to say I wasn't a stickler. I'm not a stickler for keeping up with that kind of stuff. If we lost anything, it was less than $300 or $400 from last year. So I mean,
Yeah.
Considering it was a 12-week trip,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. It just, but we will definitely make sure everything's refundable on this one.
Yeah.
So
bye, Troy.
Yep. See you later, Troy. I saw that. Kathy, sorry to hear you're sick. Got her second Pfizer shot a week ago. Alaska's doing great. Yeah, Kathy, we talked about Alaska. We talked about Alaska and Hawaii. Those are the two places we talked about. But I don't know, for some reason, I feel like even though maybe it's not open to international visitors, I think that those are kind of obviously the furthest places that still that U.S. citizens can go. I almost feel like they're going to be more crowded than usual this year. And I just don't know that that's
time to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
although the one thing that we really found appealing about Alaska this year is the fact that there's not going to be cruise ships, which means because we usually look at cruise ship schedules and see if we can avoid being in a town on a day when, 3 or 4 cruise ships are going to be in, just because it's just not fun. So we talked about it, and it's still a possibility. I mean, if we don't hear that Scotland's definitive plan for opening up, I don't think we'll know until like the middle of May, kind of what they're hoping their schedule will be. Then we will relook at what our options are.
Yeah.
Alaska's been on our list for a long time. It was actually on our list when we had our RV, and we're thinking somewhere down the line we will get another RV, and we may still do that. So
somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Let's see. Troy left. Means travel, talking about Vancouver Island. Loved it. Yeah. The seat in the middle on 212 sounds like a bad dream. I know, it was just so weird. It was just so odd.
Yeah.
And that's funny that a year later, that's still what really sticks out to me from that. Yeah, Victoria, we want to go to Vancouver Island. We want to do all of that. But, Canadians won't let us in, and I can't blame them right now.
No, not right now.
Lori is booked in September to go to Germany. Nice. Oh, an additional 10 days in Italy. So where in Italy are you going? I knew that Darian was talking about it. I didn't know if he had his dates. But I think for us, right now, we've got my daughter actually hopefully should be graduating in December. So we kind of only got a month there. We know we have to be home in August for a few things. We're actually going to be in Florida at her cousin's for like 12 days in June.
Yeah.
So, and then we've got something going on in May potentially. So that's the earliest it worked out for us. And then we really need to be here to get ready for graduation. So, that's kind of where we are. Let's see. Derek and I sat in middle and window on our way home from China. Oh my gosh. Then the guy sitting in the aisle never stood up for 13 hours.
Wow.
I can't imagine.
I mean, was he sleeping? Was he like passed out?
Yeah. Wow. I could not stand that. Well, first of all, I would have to get up regardless. I would, I'd have to have a health break, first of all. But yeah, and just to get up and move. I mean, my gosh. Oh, they're talking about Kim and Liz are talking, how far out will you book flights? Will you try last minute? So for us, Kim, I usually book them out about 90 days in advance. that's just kind of what I do. But
It depends.
it just depends. If
Yeah.
I run across a great deal, and we actually do, of course, right now we're using credits, but normally, we've got tons and tons and tons of points, and so we pay for a lot of things on points. So for some reason, there's a flash sale with points. We could get them much further in advance. Last minute, typically not, but it could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah. But usually 90 days.
Yeah,
around
usually
there to answer your
90 days
question.
is our general rule. I mean, we other than family commitments, we are fortunate that our schedule is pretty much whatever we want. So
Yeah.
if we saw some great deal somewhere, we could definitely do last minute.
Yeah.
And Nick, well, Alaska has so much space, I'm sure it won't be too full, even if demand is higher than usual. Very true, but I don't know. We'll just see. Victoria was so charming, but I was enamored with Butchart Gardens. I don't know how you say that. Butchart. So I don't know what those are, but obviously somewhere in I'm gonna assume British Columbia, I guess. There are so many places. Sorry, this is Erin. I'm putting a spreadsheet together to track and organize. Do we have a master plan? We really don't,
No.
Erin. We really don't. I mean, we know all the places we want to go.
Yeah.
And I don't know, oddly, for some reason for us, it's kind of ended up being continent by continent, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's like there's still some places in Europe we haven't been. So we're really, that's kind of what we're focused on, besides like Mexico or the Caribbean, which those are just kind of beach trips to us usually. I mean, Mexico would be longer because we would do some further exploration, but I don't know, we're just, there's a bunch of places in Europe we still want to go to. We definitely have New Zealand and Australia on the list, but we know that's further down the road just because I don't think we're going to be able to travel there anytime soon.
But no, we don't have a master plan. We do have, a long list of, countries and even states.
Yeah.
U.S. states that we haven't been to.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of when we decide to do it or where we go or.
Yeah. I mean,
flip the coin. I don't know.
We don't, again, I mean, if there's some great sale or something like that, I mean, there's not, like, we don't normally chase any particular events or anything like that. So it's just kind of
depends on our schedule and what's going on.
Yeah. And where we are. So that's kind of what we do.
He slept the whole time after eating dinner, but we were impressed.
Yeah. Wow.
Did they put something in his food? I don't know.
Yeah. How many cocktails did he have? Kathy says you're right. No cruise, because Kathy's in Alaska, right?
Yes.
No cruise ships means fewer tourists. It's expected we'll see more tourists this summer than last because the state is So I don't know what that means though. Still, it's expected there should be fewer tourists than usual, so it would be a good time. Okay, interesting. Laura says I don't know how someone can sleep that many hours in a row on the plane. Wow. Yeah, well, Eliz is Eliz, this one's vertically challenged too, but Eliz is far from 6 foot. I'm pretty sure. So, your back is all well with you too. Animal lover. Yes, we are back. We're healthy. Excited to be back and starting to release content. So yes.
Hopefully. So yeah.
Yep, everything's good. So that's kind of our update, guys. I don't know if anybody has any more questions, but
like we said, we know it's been a while, and we're so glad to finally,
be back.
Yeah, and back in January, we thought we were going to start our live streams again and get back, and then COVID, and it just one thing after the other. But hey.
Yep, we're here.
We're here.
We're here. We're thankful. We're thankful for y'all's support, and just super excited to kind of get back into it, to see the world open up again, to see people get vaccinated and it be safe to do all that. So, just definitely excited to be here. So we appreciate you guys so much. And I think if nobody has any more questions, I think we'll just get ready to shut it off here. And I will just look for our social media posts. We'll try and get something out this week with a schedule for the next couple of live streams. Alyssa, sorry. Yes, we're gonna do one video a week right now, Liz, and I don't know what date I'm gonna release it yet.
We may do two,
Right, we may do two,
but right now we're sticking with one.
one a week, and probably Thursday. Is what I'm thinking, Liz. So, and actually the first ones I'll tell you, because I did a poll. If any of you guys saw, I did a poll on what everybody wanted to see, and it's definitely like our trip to Northern Ireland and some of that, and we
Yeah.
are working on those.
Yeah.
Those take a little bit longer, as you guys who do editing know.
Yeah.
So our first three are actually just like hotel hacks, traveling during COVID, that sort of thing. Just because we could get those out and get them queued up while we're working on the other ones.
Yeah.
So yes, we will definitely have some out this week. Chris said, glad you guys are back. Thank you, Chris.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate all the support. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. And
Thank you all.
yeah, thank you all so much. And Liz, yeah, let's talk and figure out when you guys are going to be back and how we can meet up, because I would love to see that guidebook. And plus, we just haven't seen you guys.
Yeah.
So would love to do that safely. Thank you all so much. We'll see y'all soon.
All right.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.